Hello creators, welcome back to another video. Today we are hopping with the Inspire, Create, Share blog hop, and we're introducing the brand new 2020-2022 in colors. They are so gorgeous and I am so excited to be sharing my projects with you today. I am just opening up my pre-order. I was able to get a few of these beautiful products early as a demonstrator. I received 2 packs of the 12 by 12 cardstock in the assorted colors, as well as 2 packs of the 6 by 6 designer series paper. I also received 1 of each of the spools of ribbon and 2 of the beautiful enamel dots. I also wanted to do something a little special for some of my best customers. So as I was putting their catalog packs together, I decided to throw in a couple in color samplers for them. I took my 12 by 12 cardstock and I cut it down to 6 by 6, and then I packaged up all of the colors along with the ribbons and some of those enamel dots so that they had some different textures and different materials to play with. To go along with these sampler packs, I also wanted to make a card for each recipient. So I did a bulk card making session and I took a whole bunch of sheets of Whisper White cardstock and then I just scored them in the middle and cut them all in half. So I have all of my card bases ready to go. Now it's time to start figuring out what I want to do for my design. So I just got all of my materials out and I started to think and play around and try and figure out exactly how I wanted this card to look. I knew that I was going to make 1 card for each color, so I needed at least 1 sheet of everything. I wasn't exactly sure of the design that I wanted to use, but I knew that I wanted it to have a mostly solid white background so that these in colors would really pop and stand out on the card. So I started by chopping down some more of that 12 by 12 paper into more manageable pieces. I like to cut it down to 6 by 6. It's a really good size that you can cut down even further to fit a whole bunch of different card sizes and mats. I separated out all of those 6 by 6 pieces and just took 1 sheet of each for the projects that I was going to make today. Then I had my Hello stamp mounted from the Forever Greenery products and I started to organize myself. I knew that I wanted to do a small strip of each of the DSP on each card, so I went ahead and cut a 1-inch strip from each of those 6 by 6 pieces. Then I got out my Forever Fern stamp set, and as you can see, I have just started playing with it, so I needed to mount a few more stamps to play with. Here I got out that beautiful fern piece, and I'm just going to stamp that with Stays-On ink onto some scrap Whisper White cardstock, and then I'm going to run that through the Big Shot and cut these leaves out. Because I didn't have the ink yet for these in colors, I thought that using a black with the colorful designer series paper and cardstock was a great alternative. I also wanted to stamp my sentiment onto these colorful pieces of cardstock, but if I would have used Memento, you wouldn't have been able to see it very well on the blue. So I decided to heat emboss with my white Stampin' Emboss powder. I took my Versamark ink pad, stamped my sentiment to the left of each strip, and then I sprinkled on the embossing powder and set it with my heat tool. I took my coordinating die cuts and I got them out. I wanted to cut out a little piece to go on the card front. So I just took whatever pieces I could fit onto this little strip and I was going to cut that out of every color. I also took out the fern so that I could cut out my black pieces on my white cardstock. This part took quite a while, but I was glad to get all of these cards done at the same time. That way I didn't have to get my Big Shot out, put it away, get it back out. So to do everything at one time really saves a lot of steps. Now that I had all of my pieces cut out and my card bases ready to assemble, I just divided everything out into their colors and started to play around. I still at this point wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do, so I just kind of played with the placement of all of my pieces until I found something that I liked. I did trim down my sentiment just using my paper snips. I wanted it to be slightly smaller, nothing fancy, just a plain old rectangle. Then I just put everything on, and as soon as I got the placement I liked, I went ahead and glued everything down. And now with the hard work of designing on the first card done, I was able to whip out the other 4 really quickly. I did this assembly line style, and I just did all of the steps at the same time with each color as I went along. I really enjoy this process, and there's just something so fun about it to me. One of my favorite things to do is make assembly line style cards. I'm not sure why, I just really enjoy it, especially when we get to play with all of these gorgeous new colors. The brown is called Cinnamon Cider. The green is Just Jade. The yellow is Bumblebee. The pink is Magenta Madness. And the blue is Misty Moonlight. These colors are so beautiful, and I love how they just coordinate beautifully with all of our other colors in our color families. There are so many possibilities with these new ink colors. I really encourage you to add them to your wish list and get them on order so you can experience how gorgeous these colors are in person. Be sure to contact your demonstrator today to place your order, or you can go down into the description box below and click on my coordinating blog post link. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to help you out. Thank you all so much for joining me today for this video. If you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to follow me online at MKre8tions.com. I'm also on social media with the handle at MKre8tions. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!